Welcome back to the only action figure call-in podcast. This is where you get to call in and have your voice heard. I know you usually go on YouTube and podcasts and you hear a bunch of us talking about toys and toy collecting and the memories of our toys and growing up playing with toys. But you never really get to say. I mean, you get the comment section, but you don't really get to have your voice heard. But now you do, thanks to the Action Figure Call-In Podcast. Now, how do you call in? Every Wednesday night over at Junkman Live. That's my live channel. That Junkman.com takes you to the main YouTube channel, but you want to go to the live channel, that Junkman Live. That's where we put all the live clips and everything. Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when we go live. We post a phone number. All you need is your phone. You don't need anything special. Just your phone. Call in. Stay on topic, or you don't have to stay on topic. We have a lot of fun. And what is today's topic? Well, tonight's topic is toys you never had or toys you always wanted. And this could be childhood or, now maybe there's something now that you want that you don't have. But maybe it's a Christmas present as a kid. You couldn't wait to get it at Christmas and you didn't get it. Or maybe it's something you thought you wanted, you got it, and you hated it. But we're going to talk about toys that you wanted and you never got. And we'll take some other calls. Some of these calls aren't always on topic, but that's the fun about the show. We have a topic, but we take phone calls. It's not limited to just that topic. You can call in, talk about anything you want. So let's jump into the phone calls right now. This is the Junk Man. Thank you for calling in the Junk Room. Who is this?
This is Dustin McFinkelstein. How you doing, Junk Man?
Justin McFinkelstein. What a great name. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Memphis, Tennessee, brother.
Memphis, Tennessee. I know we're acting like we never said this, but you guys in the chat room know we were already said it. Everybody can hear you now, so that's good. What's on your mind tonight?
I was just calling. I saw a picture that you had done in your previous live stream of the Elton John Baseball Fury action figure.
Yes. Me and Russ talked about that. Russ was excited for it.
Yeah, who's buying that shit?
That's Russ. That's what I want to know. That's why I told him, who's going to buy this crap? But he was like, oh, it's awesome, man. I was like,
I don't know about that one, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You sure you're not going to get it?
I thought about it, man, but I just don't need it.
It's probably about $30.
Well, it's probably going to be like $55 and be broken a package.
Oh, I was going to make a very racy joke right there, but I better not. I better try to play it nice.
Oh, you can go ahead and say what you want to say, man. That's why we love the Junk Man.
Well, I've got a 12-year-old here, too, so I better be nice. But I'll probably slip up and say it.
Yeah, just keep the kids away from the Elton John action figures.
It should come with a piano. Would you buy it if it came with a piano?
I don't know about that.
What if he came in his duck suit? In his Donald Duck duck suit? Would you get it then?
Well, if he came in a 2-pack with Freddie Mercury and a Band-Aid, I might get it.
There you go. What if he came with a French tickler?
I would buy that for $1.
Oh.
Most definitely.
Okay, I got that. Well, the topic is toys that you wanted and never got. But you sound like the type of guy that gets everything he wants. But were there any toys you wanted and never got?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say, life is like a toy, not to get philosophical with it, but you choose your own adventure book, if you will. That's how I look at it.
I understand that. I'm not really sure what it means, but I do understand that.
Yeah. It's like life is like a highway. What does that mean?
It could mean whatever you want it to mean. It's one of those things you can interpret yourself.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Well, how's Memphis? You said you were from Memphis. How's things down there?
Man, Memphis is the birthplace of fat girls and rock and roll, baby, and we just be doing the damn thing.
That's all, man. But I know we talked when we was having audio problems. You never been to Graceland, so you need to go to Graceland.
Man, that's a common thing. If you live down here, you never go.
Yeah, I've got stuff here. That's how people are like Atlanta. People's like, you been there? I was like, nope. People that live places don't go places. It's only when you go out of town.
Yeah, it's more like a touristy area. Well, it's like a tourist trap in the ghetto, if you will.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when I saw. Well, I've been there, but I haven't been inside, and it's kind of in a rough part of town. Now I have been down.
It is.
I have been downtown to Sun Record Studio, and that thing is smaller than my closet, I think.
Yeah, it is. Some records be crazy. I thought about going to Grayson one time. I drove past there, but then I ended up getting into a knife fight with a prostitute at the gas station.
Don't you hate when that happens?
I do.
Oh.
And she looked like Michael French.
Oh. Man, I bet you didn't buy that for $1.
Then she said she was going to sue me on Reddit or something.
No,
it was crazy.
I'm sure she would. I'm still waiting on my lawsuit from down under. Who had the knife? You or her? Who had the knife?
Oh, she pulled it out of her breastises.
Bra. Oh, this is
yeah.
Oh, man, huh?
I thought that Australian chunk, her mail order bride, was near, so I didn't want to get too deep into the fisticuffs, if you will.
You never know. They told me to watch my back, so every time I'm walking down the street, I'm turning my head side to side because you never know when.
Yeah, I just hate getting sued when I post something on the internet.
Yeah, well, you don't want nobody to say nothing bad about you on the internet.
Yeah, I hate to get sued by somebody.
Yeah, well, I'm going to let you get back to Memphis and go down there. I'll try to, take care of some business down there, and I'm going to take another call. But I want to thank you for calling in.
Oh, thank you, Junk Man. Keep it real, my brother. We love you.
We will. Thank you.
All right.
Well, there we go. I hope it doesn't make that beeping noise. I always try to mute it before it does that beeping. But let's see, who is this? This is the Junk Man. You're calling into the junk room. Who is this?
This is former should-be-caring President Donald J. Trump.
We got the celebrities calling every week. We have George Lucas, we have Bernie Sanders, and now we've got Donald Trump.
I was going to say, you better tell that Bernie son of a bitch. I know he has my blue snaggletooth.
I don't know. He's more of a red snaggletooth type guy, I think.
Let me tell you something, Junk Man. When I win the election again in 2024, I'm gonna create the Department of Action Figures, and I want you to be the head of it.
That
the
sounds
head
good.
of all action figures. That's right. You heard it here first, folks.
All right.
Secretary of Action Figures, Donald Trump. Junk Man.
I want to make it a law that every house has to have at least one vintage Star Wars figure in it.
Sounds like sounds like a great, fantastic idea.
That
I keep my Kenner figures on a shelf. Now, I did dip them in gold because that's how Donald Trump rolls.
I understand that. Well, I doubt there was any toys you didn't get when you were a kid, but was there anything you wanted that you didn't get as a kid?
See, that's an interesting question. See, when I was younger, as you know, my father gave me a small loan of $1 million. And I said to him, Dad, I want the AT-AT playset vehicle. And he said, son, I gave you a bunch of money. You buy your own. I said, no. Dad, for Christmas, I want the AT-AT playset vehicle. And he said, no, son. I said, no.
That's the
you
saddest
give
story.
Me. Yeah, that was the first deal. That was the first deal ever made. I said, Dad, give me the AT-AT. And he said no, son.
Bring a little tear to my eyes. I'm going to need a second on that one.
I never got it.
Oh,
it was really a shame.
But I'm glad that you said AT-AT and you didn't say AT-AT. So.
That's the real way. See, when you become Secretary of Action Figures, that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to change that. People know how to pronounce it correctly, and you do.
Yes, and then second, jail time for anybody that refers to the Kenner Luke as Farm Boy Luke.
You're damn right. Straight to jail right away.
Yes. We don't or just boot them out of the country might be better.
Right, that's right. Deport them immediately.
Yeah, we don't need that here.
They can go to Soviet Russia or something for all I care because they don't do it right.
Maybe we'll talk with Musk and we'll get them off the planet where they belong, up in space somewhere away from us.
All right, see, now we're talking. And I like the way you think.
Okay, you got anything else you want to add?
No, I just wanted to talk to the future Secretary of Action Figures. I heard it here first, folks. Junkman, Secretary of Action Figures in charge of the Department of action figures.
Sounds good. Thank you for calling
You
in,
take
Mr.
care
Trump.
of yourself.
Thank you.
You expect a call from my people. Don't you worry.
I will do that. I'll be waiting. They know where to call me on Wednesday nights.
All right.
Bye.
Yes.
There we go, guy. That is another celebrity caller right there. Celebrity caller? You got that right. Some of you with a keen eye have noticed something about my hat that's different. Or you that members know something about my hat. But that's it. That's 2 callers. The topic tonight is stuff you wanted but you never did get. Maybe it was a Christmas present, something for Christmas you wanted, just never did get it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was something last week. Maybe you went to Walmart, you saw a Lando action figure, and your wife was like, no, we don't have the money for that. We have to buy gas. So whatever. Let's see here. 470-541-2423 is the number to call in. If one of my monitors can put that up for me, just in case. I know we have it up there. You sneeze in the cocaine making biscuits. Whoa! The chat room is going crazy over there. 470. Well, we've got a phone call right now, so we will talk about that in a second. Let's answer this phone call. This is the Junk Man. Who's calling into the junk room?
Junk Man! Holy cow!
Man, y'all are
This
trying
is,
to...
D.R. Kobe.
D.R. Kobe screaming into my ears.
You can call me Tom.
Tom, where are you calling from, Tom?
I'm calling from Illinois.
Illinois. How's the toy world up there?
It's doing all right. I'm making big money. Driving a tractor trailer right now and getting entertainment listening to your show.
Man, I always thought, man, I would love to be, if I could have been a truck driver, I think that would, I've always had jobs where I'm on the road, but usually in my car. I had a lot of jobs like that, and I always liked being on the road, and I was like, man, truck driver is where it's at. Freedom right there.
Pretty much. Well, when you start at a dock working job or a warehouse, forklift, that kind of thing, boy, it's a lot better to get into a truck and get out of that situation. It's definitely nice, not a bad job. It's one of the better middle-class jobs left in the country, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you get to see the country and all that. So, I mean, there's there's ups and downs, I'm sure, about it. Do you have a CB?
A CD, you mean a CDL?
A CB?
A CB, no. Actually, I'm a local company driver. So
Oh.
I don't go over the road. I stay local and I stay active.
Yeah,
Pickups and deliveries.
That's still good, too. Do you, that's still. I like being on the road, but hey, that's better than sitting in an office. I've never had an office job, and I don't know if I could handle an office job.
Yeah, I don't know. Clashed with a couple office people in my career, but some of them are decent. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. I used to have a Frito-Lay route truck, and I drive that around. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's on your mind tonight?
Well, first of all, thanks for your show and thanks for your channel. It helps me get my mind off of all kinds of crazy stuff going on, and I'm sure everybody feels the same way. Action figures, it's a good getaway from crap we have to deal with every day. So thanks for your content.
Well, thank y'all for listening.
And is this the first action figure call-in show ever created on YouTube or what? I've never heard of this before.
As far as I know, I say it's the first action figure call-in show, at least that I know of. That's what I say. I haven't heard anyone else doing a live call-in show on any topic. So hopefully, people will be like, hey, this is cool. Let me check this out. Something different, because it's always good to do something different.
I think you touched on something here, because that was the one thing that was missing. Maybe you'll start a trend. Who knows? That was the one thing that was missing from the live shows on YouTube, live call-in, like old radio times,
Yeah. A lot of people's done like the video pop-in things, and I've tried that, but a lot of people don't have the camera, or they don't want to get on camera. Right. It's a lot easier for somebody to just pick up their phone and call in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm proud to be the third. You guys stole my thunder before me, Donald Trump himself, and who else?
Well, this is I don't know if this is your first time here. This will be our 4th episode.
Oh, it is. Oh, I haven't seen the other ones. I'll have to go back and check them out.
Yes. So make sure Wednesday night is when we take the calls. If you have a podcast app, any of the podcast apps, you can listen to it. I'll go back and edit out all the mess ups. So you can listen to the podcast app Sunday nights at 10 o'clock throughout the week. So check that. You can go back and listen to the old ones if you want to, and then I'll put I'll put it up on YouTube also. But it's podcast is probably where it's best to listen. Just put some earbuds in and listen to the calls.
Okay.
Yeah, but make sure you check us out.
Sorry?
I said just make sure you check out those other episodes. We have some really good callers. We actually had the founder of Entertainment Earth call in one time.
Cool. Okay, I'll go back, definitely. So the topic, I got to say the one toy that I wish I had that I never got has got to be the Inhumanoid Tendrils.
Well, what one's that?
The Inhumanoid Tendril.
Yeah.
Remember the big green monster looked like the Swamp Thing, but like
yes,
big green arms? Yeah, that thing was awesome. Still is.
Yeah, I never had any of them from that toy line, but that is an impressive looking out of that. That's an impressive line. I always like that line.
Yeah, the cheapest I've ever seen it was like $8, and I was just like, I don't want it that much. I got other things I need to pay for, but I'm sure it's even more expensive now.
Yeah, well, $8 ain't a bad price, but it depends on when you. It depends on how bad you need the $8 at the time, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that cool Inhumanoids with the rib cage that opens up and you strap the figures inside. That guy was really cool too. Decompose, I think.
Oh yeah, I like that one. That one looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I want to thank you for calling in. Like I said, please check out the other shows if you hadn't. And join us next Wednesday. And call in again next Wednesday.
All right, young man. Take care.
Okay, thanks. Let's talk. This is the Junk Room. I bet this is a Blake calling into the Junk Room. Who is this?
Blake.
I knew. The buddy Blake, the channel's favorite call in. Everybody loves when Blake calls into the show. This is probably his third time, I think, calling in. How's it going, Blake?
Good.
Good. I'm sure you got some toys out there you wanted that you didn't get.
Oh, yeah.
You been hanging out at Target lately?
No.
Now, I posted a link on YouTube, on the Twitter. I don't know if anybody saw it. Blake's got a YouTube channel, and he was ranting about the difference between Walmart and Target. And he's like us. He might be young, but he's like us. He knows Target's going to have something more than Walmart does. And Walmart has the same old crap, if they have anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, Blake, is there anything you wanted that you didn't get? If so, I'll tell your dad to go get it for you.
So I'm gonna do modern day toys and then a Star Wars Kenner toy that I wanted.
Okay.
So for modern day, the Jabba sail barge.
Oh, don't we all want that? I ain't got that kind of money.
Yeah.
I don't have nowhere to put it. It's so big, so that's another reason. So it's just too big. But I would love to have it.
With the Jabba's palace we have.
Oh, that is awesome. Did you get the Mandalorian ship that they did?
Yes.
Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. Man, that is awesome there. Oh, man. But yeah, that sail barge would have been awesome to have.
Yeah.
Yep, and the vintage one?
Darth Vader's Star Destroyer.
Ooh, the playset. It's like a playset and a ship.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, I wanted that so bad at Christmas time. We never could find it. And that's like the one as a kid I never had either.
We have found one before, like at an antique store, but it was missing all of its pieces.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times too. Or it's missing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so better just hold out and get it when it has everything. But it's a pretty cool. It's kind of cheesy. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of fun. I mean, you hang a guy upside down on it. It's got the meditation chamber where you can put Vader in. It's weird looking, but it's kind of cool toy.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you saw my video today, but go watch it. It's why you should not say Farm Boy Luke.
Yeah, no, I was watching it today.
Yeah, I know you called me last week and gave me, set me up with a farm boy, triggered me.
Yep.
Okay, well, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, well, call back. Hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday. And what's your channel again?
BTW Vid.
Okay, now if I went there and I was kind of scared because I thought it was going to be a bunch of Minecraft and stuff, but it wasn't.
No.
Okay, I know. Most kids your age, they always want me to look at their Minecraft videos. Does kids still play Minecraft?
I play Minecraft, but I just don't make videos about it.
Okay. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying it's bad. I was just curious if it was still cool to play Minecraft. I didn't know if it, I don't keep, to me, Mario's still cool to play.
I just beat the Mario Odyssey game not that long ago.
I can't beat those new ones. You have to give me the old school. You got to give me the old Mario where he hits the, he's got the mushrooms.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, I did check out your channel, went in and watched some videos, and it wasn't, Fortnite, I guess that's the one. If somebody's in the chat room, that's what kids like to play, too. But, he got some good stuff. You play Fortnite?
I do make Fortnite videos, but they're mostly about, like, Marvel how Marvel's in it and Star Wars.
Yeah, well, hey, whatever you like making, make it. That's what I say. As long as you're having fun up there. But I checked you out, and hopefully the guys in the chat room will check you out also. Okay. And I did get your email about us doing something together. Be honest with you, I want to. I'm really, really slow, so don't get impatient. Just wait.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really slow about that, but I'll get with you. Okay. Well, thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
That is Blake. That is our Blake friend. He calls about every show he calls in. What is the kid's channel? Maybe he'll put it up there. I know he tells me I can't never remember PT something video. Maybe that Junkman has a mood right here. This is the Junkman. Who is this?
Hey, Junkman, how you doing? This is Ed from Winstead. How's it going, my brother?
Hello, Ed from Winstead, whatever that is.
Yes. Why do they call you Junkman? This is the second time I've come across your show, man.
Why do they call me the Junkman? Because look at all this junk behind me.
They don't look like junk to me. They look like treasures.
Well, my ex-wife would disagree.
Do you like trains? I do a train collection a lot. You ever dabble on those?
Trains? Like model trains? Like on the track?
Yeah, trains. You got model trains, and you got the other kind of trains you can do with the people. My friend Yuri likes to pull trains sometimes with his wagon.
Okay, that's why we got 12-year-old in here.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I like the HO trains. It's pretty good.
No, I don't have any train sets or anything. I didn't think people still play with train sets.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't know, man. Sometimes, You ever heard of that guy called Elijah Max Cross? He's got this show. Sometimes he does a lot of Pokemon and stuff on there. Pokemon collector. He calls himself Elijah or Max Cross.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know much about Pokemon.
Yeah, he's a little different, man. I don't know, but anyways. But yeah, if you ever come across any train set, think of my friend Yuri, man. He likes to have trains pulled on him sometimes at nighttime in dark alleys. So beep beep beep.
Okay, I will. Well, I hate to ask, are there any toys you wanted but never got?
Yeah. All right. I'll let another caller call in. I was on the phone for a while. It was all jammed up.
Hey, popular. What can I say? And once one person calls, it jams up. So it's not like a lot of people calling.
Pulling them damn trains all the time. With
Okay. With that, he hung up before I could mute his sound. There. This is Junkman. Who's calling into the junk room?
Hey, Junkman in the junk room. This is Sith Critic. How's it going? Happy Wednesday
to you. Sith Critic? Does that mean you're a critic of the Sith? Or a critic for the Sith?
I'm a critic of the movies, particularly The Last Jedi, which I was not a fan of.
breaking news. I've never heard anyone that didn't like The Last Jedi.
Right. I know.
Shocking.
Anyway, I formed a YouTube account just to go onto the internet and say mean things about The Last Jedi, and I named myself Sith Critic, which was apropos at the time.
It's not a bad name. I actually kind of like it. It sounds kind of different. I do like it. It's a name that you remember.
Okay.
Unlike Paul in the chat room. I mean, I don't know how he came up with that one. Volume is low. Hold on, let me turn you up really quick. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so what's on your mind tonight, Sith Critic?
So on the topic, the toy that I asked for and never got back in the day, and you may remember this, is circa 1986, was the Entertech water pistols. They were like, they had the machine gun look to them and actually had the machine gun sounds when they squirted water. Do you remember those?
Yes, I think I talked about it in a video recently too.
Oh, you did, yeah. That was one of the few things that I was absolutely forbidden from getting. I never got one. Never later on down the road.
Well, they got banned from a lot, and they caused a lot of controversy. So, but I remember them. I never had them. I think I was too old for them when they came out, but I loved them because they looked real.
I mean, the commercial just sold me. It was just the coolest thing. Kids running around their backyard shooting each other with water guns, and the look and the sound of it was realistic. And I mean, it was every 10-year-old boy's dream come true. It was the gun of choice for the water gun of choice for the young lad.
Yes, and for the people who don't know, this was before they put orange all over them, so they looked like real guns.
Yeah. I remember when they started putting orange on those on guns, and even on like the Nintendo Zapper or something like that. I was like, that's just so weak. I don't know why. I was young at the time, and I didn't get it. I get it now, but at the time, I thought it was just really wimpy that they would do that. And if anyone ever got me a toy with an orange little tip or anything like that, I'd say, come on now, that's just weak.
I get it, but I also hate it. Like in the 90s, they came out with Hans pistol. That was like the Kenner one, but the whole thing was orange. And it was like, why even do it? If you're going to paint the whole thing orange, it don't even look like a real gun, but why even do it? Just don't do it.
Doesn't matter though, Junk Man. We had the Hans pistol back in 1979. It was the real deal. We had it,
And it was awesome.
So we always will have that.
Yeah, but kids missing out, but they got their own toys, I guess.
I got another story, a quick story I'll tell you. So I started collecting toys in 1992, and I was a sophomore in high school at the time, and I was still young enough to still have a Christmas list that I'd give to my mom, and my mom would go and get me stuff. And she went to the comic book store, which sold all sorts of vintage stuff and resales. They had like carded figures and stuff like that. That's where I got a lot of my collecting. And so I put toys on there, and she bought them for me. And it was in 1992. It was like Christmas of like 1981, 1980 again. I had like Weequay on the card, and I got an unopened Dagobah in the box and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was awesome. But the following year, my mom refused to do that. She said, well, I'm not going to spend, $35, $45 on toys that are 15 years old.
No.
And she wouldn't do it. But I still put them on the list, and sure enough, she was true to her word. On Christmas Day, she didn't put any of the toys out. She didn't get anything from the collectible, the collectible comic book store.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I was like, I understood the reasons. She said it was her hard-earned money, and she didn't want to spend it on what you would call just a hunk of plastic, which is basically Dagobah. Dagobah is just a piece of molded plastic, and she just didn't see the collector value of it. She was a mom, so. Anyway, so I remember my uncle coming over later that day, and he's like, hey, did you get everything you wanted for Christmas? And I said, I was honest. I said, no. And my sister thought I ruined Christmas still to this day, she'll tell me. She'll say, hey, remember the time you ruined Christmas just by saying, I guess I was a little glum that day. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, you being honest.
I got the stuff when I was a kid, but I didn't get them when I was adult, if that makes, if that's on topic.
Yeah, and it's going to cost you a lot more today than it would have back then.
Yeah. It was cool, though. I mean, I'll tell you that 1992 Christmas, though, it was just like being 9 years old again. It was so cool. They were wrapped up under the tree and everything. And sure enough, they cost, $25, $35 for, maybe I got Return of the Jedi Luke on the card or something back then. But, still have them today.
Yep. That's sad story, but hey, it was a good. At least you had that good year before it got cut off.
Well, as a life lesson, I learned that from now on, I'll just have to do the collecting with my own money, and that's which is a good lesson to learn when you're in 10th grade. So.
Yep. And there's something about it when you buy it with your own money. He's like, hey, I earned it and I bought it.
Yeah, my mom can't come back to me now and say, hey, remember that Dagobah I got you in 1992? I hear it's worth about, what is it worth, maybe $300 now unopened at the box?
Yeah.
I don't know how much so I know, Ma, I don't have it anymore, which would be a lie.
Okay, well, anything else?
No, that's it. That's always happy to chat with you and call into the show.
Well, I appreciate you calling. Call in next week.
All right, talk to you later.
Okay, thank you. That is another caller, or as I say, another satisfied caller right there. See who this one is. This is the Junk Man. You're calling into the junk room. What's on your mind tonight, and who is this?
My name's Chuck, Junkman, and I love this show. I love your format, buddy. It is the bomb.
Thank you. Where are you calling from?
So I'm in Michigan, buddy. I'm in outside of Grand Rapids, so west side of Michigan.
Nice. Never been there, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to guess that it's nice.
Yeah, Lake Michigan side. It's pretty. It's really nice on the west side.
It sounds like it. So, what's on your mind tonight?
So I'm going on topic, Junkman. You're talking about the stuff you wanted when you were a kid and you never got. So, don't want to go into this long story, but I wanted an AT-AT Walker. It was like my go-to gift that I wanted, like my super present. So I think it's 1982 or 1983. I wanted an AT-AT Walker. And then my household junk, we were open presents on Christmas Eve, and then we went to my aunt's on Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve comes, get my presents, obviously no AT-AT Walker. So I was a very depressed boy on Christmas. I go to my aunt's house, and my cousin, who was like the most spoiled kid on the planet, sure enough, his second present he opens is an AT-AT Walker. And Junkman, I never wanted to beat up and fist fight family like I did my cousin on that Christmas. But anyway, that was my bummer Christmas. And I never did get the AT-AT Walker until I collected later in the 90s. So,
yeah. You're the second one tonight didn't get an AT-AT.
Yeah. An awesome present, man. Never got.
Yeah, and it's tough when your cousin gets. I had a cousin that we couldn't find Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2. I wanted it so bad, and I had a cousin that was kind of snobby and got everything, and somehow his parents found him one, and I can remember him opening that, and I was like, of all the people to get it, why him?
You want to knock him out, Junkman.
Yes. I refused to even watch him play it. He wanted me to watch him play it.
Yeah, that's right. Junkman, I love it, though, buddy. Thank you for all the awesome content for all the years, buddy. I'm sorry for all the drama you get on YouTube, but, man, you make my day, buddy. I really appreciate your videos, Junkman.
Well, I appreciate it. Keep watching.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
That is another caller right there to the junk room at 470-541-2423. If one of my monitors can throw that up, it'd be really great. Speaking of monitors, I saw Samantha Sledge. Justin is always in here, and probably some more. Sorry, Cat Piss is not a monitor. I can't believe he said that name out there. That's crazy right there. But yeah, my cousin got Simon's Quest. I wanted that Castlevania game so much. Then I played it like 6 months later. A friend had it. I didn't even like it, so I guess I did better. Probably whatever I got. Probably got a Verbot instead and probably had more fun with it. So let's take another caller now. This is the Junk Man. Who's calling?
Hi. Yellow. What's up, man? How's your day?
Oh, I know this voice too. My day is good. What's your name?
What?
What's your name?
Anthony Suman.
That's right, Anthony. You've called before, right, Anthony?
Yes, and I have some good questions for you this time. And Hi, how was your day?
Good day. So what's on your mind?
So, are you excited for the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series?
I cannot wait for Obi-Wan. I love that trailer. I cannot wait for Obi-Wan.
Do you have any theories for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Do I what?
Do you have any theories for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Theories? Not really. I'm trying to go in. I don't know anything to expect. I think there's one that's like one of the Sith people that work for the Sith. I can't think of her name. It's a black woman, and I think she's gonna turn good.
I think she's already in the video game. New Jedi Fallen Order. Have you played that?
Oh, is she?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I think that's who she is. Anyway, have you seen Squid Game?
Squid Game? No, everyone tells me I should watch it, but I've never seen it.
You should watch it. It's on Netflix.
Everybody likes it. Everybody says I should, but I don't watch much. Maybe I need to watch it.
Are you excited for Andor?
Not excited yet. Curious. Once I see a trailer or something, I'll probably get a little bit more excited for it.
I'm excited. And are you excited for the Ahsoka Tano series?
I'm looking forward to it. I'll say that. Again, I don't really get excited until I see a trailer, and then I'll start getting excited.
What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, Empire Strikes Back. What is yours?
Revenge of the 6 originals.
But which one out of the 6? If you had to pick one.
I would choose the Empire Strikes Back.
That's a good one, that one. Revenge of the Sith is a good one. Empire Strikes... Oh, they're all good. I even like the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, the Phantom Menace is really good. Like, I want to know. Do you know that kid that said that called you earlier and said, "Hey, you wish you had a Razor Quest too"?
Yes.
You had the Razor Quest toy?
Yes. I didn't have it. I wish I did.
I wish I did too. You can't get it anymore, but you can. But like, it's expensive. It's like $800 on eBay.
Yeah, I'm not paying that much for it.
It's ridiculous. But it used to be like $100 on like, you know, the pre-order thing they had back in like 2019. I think the show. I think that like pre-order thing came out like when season 2 was coming. I think that's when it started.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. What do you think about the new movies?
I guess they're not really good to me.
Okay, I'm curious what a kid thinks. I like The Force Awakens. I really like it. But
excuse me, have you seen the Ewok movie or no?
Yeah, I seen them long time ago. I don't remember much about them. Have you seen them?
No.
Nah, you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing anything.
Like I tried to watch it, but it's like really hard to watch it. Yeah. I just turned it off.
Yes, I think even back when it came on, I got up and left because it was.
It was on Disney Plus, and I'm like, nah. And then I'm like, I watch it a little, and I'm like, I'm gonna turn this off because it's like boring.
Have you ever seen the holiday special?
Oh my, that's so terrible.
Yeah, I was so excited when that came on. I could not wait all day at school to get home to watch that.
And are you excited for Lando? Lando series?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious about it, and I'll be more excited when I see something from it.
People say you like The Last Jedi. Is that true?
Yes, I like The Last Jedi. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It's not. I mean, I've seen a lot worse movies, and it's okay.
And they're like, oh, what do you like The Last Jedi?
Yeah, I don't like Rise of Skywalker too much though.
Yeah, that didn't make as much money as the other 2 ones, right? It didn't make as much money. Right?
No, but it still made over $1 billion, so it still made a lot.
It's not successful. Did you hear a rumor that there might be a Mandalorian movie?
Oh, that would be good. That would be good. Now you like Boba Fett, didn't you?
Yeah. Did you like the finale?
What's that?
Did you like the finale
Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was fun to watch.
Do you like those biker characters? I don't like them. They don't even look like Star Wars characters.
Oh, the one on the speeders?
Yeah, the colorful ones. I don't like them. They don't look like Star Wars. They look like some like race car theme thing.
Yeah, I didn't like the look of them. It didn't bother me too much, but I can understand why it bothered people.
It should have been the original bounty hunters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have been
like
cool.
The original one. You know, like Bast and Tolam and like you know those original ones.
Yes, that would have been
It should
cool.
have been them.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you go now so we can hop and get another caller in. But anything else you want to add before we let you go?
Do you like the character Cad Bane?
I love Cad Bane. I don't know the cartoons, but I loved him in Boba Fett. I just hate that they killed him off.
They killed him off too early, but he could be alive. Who knows?
Yeah, way too early. Way too early.
You know how many characters they have brought back in Star Wars? Like
Yeah,
Darth Maul.
yeah. They bring if they can bring Darth Maul back, they can bring anybody back.
Can you watch my channel, please?
What is your channel?
It's Anthony Simon.
I'll look it. If not, send me an email and I'll check it out.
But what is your email?
If you go to my YouTube channel, go to the About page and it's on there. But it's Junkman at thatjunkman.com. If you can't remember, just go to the About page on YouTube. You'll be able to find it.
Oh, okay. And I have one last question. So, do you like Black DeSantis?
I don't really know. I know the name and I know the character, but I don't know enough about it to like it or hate it. So I'm curious. What about you?
Have you read any of the comics? I haven't read any.
No, I haven't read it. In the 90s, I used to read the comics, but I just don't have time. I just don't keep up with the comics or the cartoons anymore.
Do you think Star Wars is the best franchise ever, like in history?
Without a doubt. I mean, it's over 40 years old and still as popular today as it was.
Yeah, yes, it was. Good thing the Mandalorian came out because it was a lot of fans were leaving Star Wars.
Maybe so. But I want to thank you for calling. I'm going to jump off now so I can get some other callers, but call back next week.
Oh, wait, you doing another one next week?
I do one every Wednesday.
When?
Every Wednesday night.
Oh, every
Yep.
Wednesday. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yep. So give us another call back.
I like it when you doing. I like it when you do it on the weekends before, like on Friday. I like it on Friday better.
Yeah, it's just hard to do. Well, I got me and Russ is going to be here this weekend live, so check that out.
Ooh, I like Russ. Russ is nice.
Yes, he'll be. We probably do it Friday night.
Oh, Friday? Like this Friday?
Yep.
Okay. It's this Friday. So bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for calling. Well, there we go. Got some young people calling in. I cannot believe it. Can you? This is the Junk Man. Thanks for calling into the Junk Room. Who is this?
This is Gear calling you.
Gear?
How's it going, Junk Man?
Oh, Gear.
You always call me Gene. You always call me Gene.
It took me a minute. I had to see the name in my head. How's it going?
All right.
Are you in the chat? I hadn't seen you pop up in the chat.
I'm there.
Okay, maybe I can't see them all, so maybe I just missed it. But how's it going?
It's going all right. So the toy that I always wanted is I want all my toys back because I was spoiled for 2 years, about 82, 83, and I had all the original G.I. Joes. I had the He-Man, most of the Star Wars. And then I went away for a summer when I was 12 years old. My dad threw them all away.
Oh. You weren't even old enough to throw them away yet. You're still playing with them.
No. It's a very sad thing. I've often thought about making a list of all the current values and throw that in his face. Like, this is what you threw away, you bastard.
Yeah, now look. You could have been, I could have been taking care of you on a gold mine, but you threw it away. But then again, that's why it's worth something, because everybody threw it away.
Yeah, so somewhere in the landfill, there's, a whole big old box full of all those original toys.
Oh, back in the woods, we had this big, we called it a big hole, but it was like a big drop-off. It wasn't really that big, but as a kid, it seemed huge. And we used to throw all our old toys we didn't want anymore in it. And I was like, what if I climb down there? I wonder if they're still down there.
You need to go Indiana Jones on it. Get out your hat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure they're not in any kind of good condition, but it'd be fun to dig around there and see what's down there.
Just think of all the vac cleaner bags in landfills, all the guns.
Yes, we used to throw so much trash down in that hole. There's probably all kinds of stuff down there.
So the one toy that I didn't ever get was the Shuttle Tydirium. I would have loved that.
Yeah, I didn't. I was out of Star Wars by the time it came out. I do have it now, and I do love it now. Even as an adult, I love that ship. I would if they had it when I was into Star Wars, I would have been crazy about it for sure.
Yeah, I'm just not willing to drop the $500 they want for it nowadays.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. Luckily,
I keep looking.
Yeah, luckily I found one on Craigslist for like $100. I could not believe
it.
Yeah,
I see it on the shelf there.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice. Okay, anything
else?
I'll
let you get to someone else. Nice talking with you.
Okay, thanks for calling. Okay, another caller right there. This is the Junk Man. Who's calling into the junk room?
Hey, Junk Man, it's Mike Cash.
Mike Cash. What a cool name. I think I said that one time. Did you call in before? I think I said that.
Yeah, I called back a couple weeks ago.
Yep. So what's on your mind tonight?
Two things. One, on topic, the Technodrome. When I was a kid, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Technodrome. I had the van. I had the Hot Rod bad guy car. I had the sewer, but I never had the Technodrome, the giant eyeball on the top.
Yeah, I never got into Ninja Turtles. I was kind of out of it by the time they hit, but still, that I know that what you're talking about is awesome. Now, if I was a kid, I would damn sure wanted that.
In the modern one, the Sentinel, the new one that HasLab came out with, I could have dropped $400 on it.
Yeah, that HasLab. I like the HasLab stuff they do, but that's all that stuff's just out of my price. I don't even think about it because I know I'm not going to buy it because I know it costs too much for me.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
I mean, if I'm going to spend $400, I'll buy something vintage for $400. I can't even do that, but if I had it to do.
If you're gonna, you might as well get something that's, you want it longer, I guess.
Yeah, and let's be honest too, it's going to be worth double in a few years.
Yeah. The other thing I had to tell you was somebody on Craigslist, kind of near where I live, was selling, you might remember this, in the 90s they had a contest. I think it was Toys R Us. You could get that giant Millennium Falcon that hung from the ceiling. It was like one of 1,000 or something.
Yes.
Somebody was selling one for like $1,000 with a broken satellite dish.
No, that's a little high. Well, I mean, it's rare to get, but that would have been awesome to have.
I haven't seen one in a while. I remember when they came out, people tried to sell them immediately, and you could find them pretty readily.
Well, they were supposed to be given to the Rosie O'Donnell show where she was going to give them away. But I think some stores, some managers and stuff, kept them, disappeared, and then they ended up on Craigslist and stuff. Because I did see quite a few hitting Craigslist back in the day.
Yeah. So I thought I'd throw that out there because I remember you talking about that one channel back in the day when I think you said you were a merchandiser or something, and you remember trying to get a hold of one of those at a Toys R Us.
Yes.
It would be a nice get.
Yes, it would be.
But
it's awesome.
I just want to call in and say how much I enjoy the content in the live show, and I just hope you keep doing it, man.
Okay. Well, if everybody keeps calling and listening, I will. But I want to thank you for calling.
Yeah, thanks, Junk Man. Have a nice night.
You too. That's another call. I think we'll take one more caller. This is the Junk Man. How's it going? Who's calling in?
This is Bill from Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. You told me to give you a call.
Yes, you did call. We see you in the chat, and you never called. And I was like, okay, we got to get him on here. How's it going?
Going pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Just trying to get this live stream wrapped up. But you got any topic, or you just calling because I told you to call?
Well, I was going to tell you, I really enjoyed that little show that you did on the Land of the Lost toys. That really brought back some memories to me. I remember when those came out. I was too old to buy them, and I didn't get them in the stores, and it was just a nice little show that you did there on the Land of the Lost toys. I like that.
I appreciate it. You know, I remember those toys. I didn't care at the time. This was the 90s. I was like, ugh. But they were in clearance bins for like 2 years after that came. They were always at the clearance stores at Toys R Us.
Well, it made me run over to eBay. I ran over to eBay and looked them up, and then they're going for pretty reasonable prices. You can still get them. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. I never watched the old show. I was surprised that video. I didn't think it was going to do that well, but a lot of people reacted. A lot of people watched it, and I was kind of surprised, being it was about the remake. You know, a lot of my people love the original 70s one, but I'm surprised how many people that commented that they did watch that the remake.
Yeah. One thing I was going to ask you, Junkie, when are you going to start playing with your toys again and making some videos of the toys playing in the sets? I love those little skits you do with them.
I just have to wait till one hits me. I haven't done one in a while. You know, I did the Three's Company one. I don't know if you ever saw that one. But
yeah, I did. I saw it. It was great.
I've done one, that's Sanford and Son. I've done it like twice, and I think I put it up for Patreon because I don't like it. So I've got to find a way to redo it. I've got to do it because I was like, Sanford and Son is so great. It's got to work. It's got to work. So I've got to find a way to do that.
Yeah, I've kind of been experimenting with stop motion over on my channel. You ought to check it out sometime. But
for everybody listening, what's your channel? So like, how's people find your channel?
Oh, it's on YouTube. Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. If you look that up, it'll go straight to it. It's a neat little channel. I got a blog too. It's over on the blog spot.
Okay.
But anyway, I just wanted to call in and say hey to you, Junkie. Me and my wife, we enjoy watching you all the time. You're a hoot, man.
Well, I appreciate it. You're always in the chat room helping us out and supporting the channel. So I want to say appreciate that.
All right, man. You take care.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Ooh, that was some great phone calls tonight, wasn't it? That was great. Don't forget, if you want to call in Wednesday nights live on That Junkman Live channel, That Junkman Live. You can find the descriptions you can find links, in the descriptions of the podcast. And it's a lot of fun, guys. So come, like I said, all you need is your phone. Don't need a special app. Don't need this and that. Download just your phone, a phone number. Call it in, and you can ask your question, get on the air and talk toys, action figures, Star Wars, pop culture, 90s, 80s, whatever you want to say. Get on there. We got prank callers all the time, too, and I just let them come in and have fun also. But I want to thank you.
Hey, Junkman channel popping, though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.